International news outlets gave in-depth reports on how the new South Korean president will affect their respective countries. Japanese media expect bilateral ties to improve, while the U.S. anticipate the new administration to take a tougher approach to Pyongyang. Bae Eun-ji has the full story.
It wasn't just South Korean voters closely watching the neck-and-neck race. Major news outlets around the world also paid close attention to South Korea's incoming president. The New York Times said that Yoon Suk-yeol, once a prosecutor, went after former presidents. It added that it was South Korea's tightest race since the country began holding free presidential elections in 1987, with many voters lamenting a choice between the unlikables. It also pointed out that Yoon had called for ratcheting up joint military drills between South Korea and the U.S. that were scaled down under the Moon administration. The Wall Street Journal also reported that South Koreans have elected a president that would install a tougher stance on North Korea and closer ties with the U.S. In Japan, Kyodo News reported that some experts see Seoul-Tokyo relations improving under Yoon, once long-stalled communications finally get rolling again. But it added that Yoon is not expected to compromise on disputes over wartime history. The Japanese media also emphasized Yoon's remarks that he would visit Japan second after the U.S., once he becomes the president. As for China, the South China Morning Post reported that a former prosecutor has emerged as the winner of South Korea's bitterly contested presidential election after a neck-and-neck race. It said that Yoon is expected to take a harder line on North Korea and reset ties with China. China's Xinhua news agency also covered the victory of the main conservative opposition party and said that Yoon had pledged to build a relationship between South Korea and China based on mutual respect. Bae Eun-ji, Arirang News.